All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a quick video on subtracting mixed numbers where you have to do renaming. And this goes with the homework that you have tonight. Although if you ever watch this video another time, the ideas are the same. And we're going to break this down into steps. One of the things we know is this type of problem is difficult if you try to do it in your head or if you try to cram in a little space. So I'm doing it now on this nice big work area. You should be using something like your spiral notebook, or you can use the back of the page to start this problem, although you still probably need the spiral to do some more of the work. So let's start with the first problem that we see. Problem number 1 is 8 1/4. And in fact, let me bring this down here. 8 1/4. And we're taking away 5 1/2. Now, the very first thing we need to do right here is we need to get ourselves a common denominator. Anytime you are doing a problem like this, you need a common denominator. If you look at this problem, for 4 and 2, the common denominator is going to be the 4. So we're going to rewrite this using the common denominator. Now the nice thing is, and we can take some of the load off our brain, the whole number part never changes. So we can just write the whole numbers in. What changes is going to be the denominator. This 8 1/4 is already in fourths. I could just go ahead and write that in. This needs to be in fourths now. And so 1/2 in fourths is 2/4. As soon as I write that, I can see where my difficulty is. My difficulty is I only have 1/4 and I'm trying to take away 2/4. I don't have enough fourths. So that's going to be my next step. My very next step in solving this is going to be right here. And I'm going to call that step, this is a super creative name, more fourths. Because I need to get some more fourths if I'm going to do this takeaway, this subtraction problem. Now, if this was thirds, a problem with thirds, it'd be more thirds or more sixths or more eighths, whatever it is. In this case, it's more fourths. Here's what doesn't change. What doesn't change is the 5 2/4. I don't need more fourths on the bottom. I got plenty of fourths. I need more fourths on the top. So I'm going to bring that 8 1/4 right over here because I need to figure out how to get more fourths out of it. And I'm going to split that 8 into 2 parts, 7 and 1. I think we can all agree 8 is the same as 7 plus 1. And then I still have this 1/4. So I'm still going to have this 1/4. Now the thing about this is it doesn't give me any more fourths. To get more fourths, here's what I have to do. I'm going to erase that 1, and instead of thinking of it as 1, I'm going to think of it as, whoa, don't know what happened there. I'm going to think of it as 4/4. That's still the same as 1 whole. 4/4 is 1 whole, so I still have 7 plus 1 makes 8. But now I've got more fourths. And now, when I add all this together, 7 plus 4/4 plus 1/4, I get 7 5/4. That's enough. Let me get rid of my arrow here so I have room to write my 7 5/4. 7 5/4. That's enough room, or enough fourths, I should say, to do my problem. Now I've got 5/4 take away 2/4 is 3/4. 5 take away 7 is 2. And this is my final answer. My final answer is 2 3/4. I'm going to go ahead and take that answer. Let's get me some space right down here. I got a couple boxes built up there. I'm going to take that and write it right here. 2 3/4. And then I'm going to put it at the bottom. So I'm going to have to move these out of the way to do the puzzle itself. I'm going to find the 2 3/4, which is right here, and I'm going to cross it out, because the way this puzzle works is whatever you get as an answer, you cross out, and then you use all the stuff that you have at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do one more so you continue to get this idea. All right, let's go ahead and shrink this one down with all its little parts there. Stick it out of the way temporarily. And bring this one over. Oh, that X is going to show through. I guess we're going to get rid of the X for right now. And it's kind of cool how they show through, isn't it? Let's put this down here. Looks like we have to actually take this one out of the way. So many things with the technology here. Put that one up on top out of the way. Could even shrink it a little bit more. All right, and we are ready to try the next one. So you're doing this either in your spiral or on the back. Problem number 2. 9 1/3. Taking away 4 5/6. Well, you should already be able to look at it and tell you're going to need to do some renaming later, because 1/3 is less than 1/2 and 5/6 is more than 1/2. So you're trying to take more than 1/2 away from less than 1/2. You're going to need some more stuff. So step 1, right here, step 1 is that common denominator step. That's where we find the common denominator. And for 3 and 6, that common denominator is 6. So I can bring over the 4 5/6 because it's already in 6th. I can bring over the 9. And instead of 1/3 for the 9, I need it in 6ths, and 1/3 is 2/6. So now I can see I'm trying to take 5/6 away from 2/6, not enough 6ths, which means we go to the next step, which in this case is the more 6ths. I need to get myself more 6ths than I have right now. So to do that, I am going to take my 9 2/6, and I'm going to split up the 9, and I'm going to make it 8 plus 1. Here's how I'm going to show my 1. 8 plus 1. That 1 I am going to show as 6/6 because I need more 6ths. So if I just showed it as 1 again, I wouldn't be getting any more 6ths. I also have this 2/6. I never want to lose track of the fact that I have a fraction part already. That's what makes it a mixed number or a mixed fraction. It has a whole number part, the 9, and a fraction part, the 2/6. Now I'm ready to put it all back together. I've got 8 and 8/6. So I can bring over my 8 and 8/6. I can bring straight across my 4 and 5/6. So I've got 8/6 take away 5/6 is 3/6. 8 take away 4 is 4. This can be simplified. So I can simplify this because 3 goes into 3 one time and 3 goes into 6 two times. And my final answer is 4 1/2. That will be my answer to this problem, 4 1/2. And if I go ahead and shrink this up, stick it down there somewhere, I can find the 4 1/2 and cross it off. I can go back and cross off the original 2 3/4 I found in question number 1. So there you go. That's your quick look at how you do renaming. I think what we agreed in class was it takes steps. It's something that you're all capable of doing, but it's going to require you to sit down and write out the steps to do it correctly. So do that. Give yourself the opportunity to be successful. Okay, work on that page tonight. Get it finished up. Come back to class tomorrow with any questions.